Odontogenesis is the complex process of tooth formation, eruption, and integration with its surrounding tissues. Stages of tooth development. The first stage of development, the initiation stage, occurs 6 to 7 weeks in utero. The physiological process involved in this stage is the induction. During this stage, the ectoderm lining stomodium gives rise to oral epithelium and then to dental lamina. Most of connective tissue cells underlying the oral ectoderm are of neural crest cells. These cells induce the overlying ectoderm to start tooth development. Both tissue types are separated by a basement membrane. About 37th day of development, continuous horseshoe-shaped bands around mouth in presumptive upper and lower jaw are formed, known as primary epithelial band. Epithelial band divides into two at 7 weeks and grows away from the epithelial surface. Vestibular lamina, the buccal or outer process of epithelial band. Dental lamina, the lingual or inner process of primary epithelial band. Primordium for the ectodermal portion of deciduous teeth. Permanent molars arise from distal extension. Successional lamina, lamina from which permanent teeth develop. These are the division of epithelial band. The bud stage occurs 8th week in the utero, and it involved the process of proliferation. The bud stage is the growth of dental lamina into bud shape that penetrates growing ectomesenchyme. During the bud stage, the enamel organ consists of peripherally located low columnar cells and centrally located polygonal cells. The surrounding mesenchymal cells proliferate, which results in their condensation in two areas. The area of condensation immediately below the enamel organ is the dental papilla. The ectomesenchymal condensation that surrounds the tooth bud and dental papilla is the tooth sac. The cap stage is the third stage of odontogenesis. It occurs 9th to 10th week in utero. The main process involved are proliferation, differentiation, and morphogenesis. This stage is characterized by continuation of the ingrowth of the oral epithelium into the mesenchyme. The tooth bud of the dental lamina proliferates unequally in different parts of the bud. It forms a cap-shaped tissue attached to the remaining dental lamina. This stage marks the beginning of histodifferentiation, differentiation of tissues, and the tooth germ also begins to take on a form start of morphodifferentiation. Together, the enamel organ plus the dental papilla plus the dental follicle is considered the developing tooth germ. These germs are found in the developing dental arches and will develop into the primary dentition. Bell stage occurs 11th to 12th week in utero. In this stage, histodifferentiation and morphodifferentiation continues. Cup shape then assumes a more bell-like shape. Continued growth leads to bell stage, where the enamel organ resembles a bell with deepening of the epithelium over the dental papilla. Differentiation produces 4 types of cells within the enamel or dental organ. Inner enamel epithelium. Short columnar cells. It differentiates into the enamel secreting cells, the ameloblast. Outer enamel epithelium, cuboidal in shape. It serves as a protective barrier during enamel production. Stellate reticulum, star-shaped cells in many layers, found at the center of the enamel organ, and it supports the production of enamel. Stratum intermedium, inner layer of compressed flat to cuboidal cells. It also supports the production of enamel. Dental papilla undergoes differentiation and produces two types of cells. Outer cells of the dental papilla forms the dentin-secreting cells, the odontoblasts. Central cells of the dental papilla forms the primordium of the pulp. Apposition is the stage of secretion of enamel, dentin, and cementum. These tissues are initially secreted as a matrix that is partially calcified, serves as a framework for later calcification. Maturation, characterized by the completion of the crown and calcification. At the cervical area is an extension of the inner and outer enamel epithelium, forming a bilayered root sheath that will induce the formation of the root.